All right, Jeremie Sowerby, part two. Basically, I could keep talking a lot and give a lot of stories about Jeremie Sowerby and my experience, and I will definitely leave a string of videos as time goes on. But I just regret not making these videos when I first found out he got arrested. Like I said, now he's been arrested like 3 months now, three and a half. I found out though about a month and a half ago. So he had already been in jail 2.5 or 3 months, roughly. But basically, that's when I was the most emotional over this. But I was even thinking too, him and this other guy, you know, I don't remember his name. I think Luis Ortega, if I'm not mistaken. He's on the lawsuit. Basically, the plaintiff is United States of America. The defendants is Luis Ortega and Jeremie Sowerby. Of course, Jeremie's always, or he's the main BSer behind the sales pitches and all that. Uh, Luis Ortega, I believe, got most of the wire fraud uh, indictments, although Jeremie has some of those too. But basically, both of them weren't being truthful about who they were. They weren't representing themselves accurately. Um, Jeremy mentioned Snoop Dogg and Justin Bieber were backing his Ponzi scheme, cryptocurrency, and people are buying into it, but he's good at that. He's good at believing his own nonsense. Again, I have firsthand experience of the guy, how annoying he was. Like, looking back, you can think, oh yeah, he was just full of nonsense. If he's so confident in what he says and he's wrong many times, put two and two together. Like, every time he talks, no matter how convincing he believes he is, doesn't mean it's true. He's one of those people like you could point out as wrong and he will not listen. He will stand by with what he says and that's it. He's a sociopath, and I had firsthand experience of the guy and how annoying he was too. But yet, sometimes you have to realize that looking back, like, duh, why didn't I see that? But yeah, it definitely plays with my emotions. I just have to live with this regret my whole life, and I'm just really pissed off because of it. But basically, yeah, I talked to the newscaster, news anchor over the phone, like a 2 minute conversation before I had to work, maybe a 3 minute conversation, and they only showed some sound bites of it, not the whole thing. Uh, but yeah, I wish I could have said more. Like I said, the blank checks or the checks he wrote me that were no good. He wrote me some bad checks. Couldn't cash them in or deposit them because the bank account got shut. Uh, he did get sued at his dad's house in Canada. Of course, it couldn't go through because again, he was playing with the loophole of being disguised as an LLC or corporation. So he knew like anyone who sues him after the fact couldn't go after him. And that's what he did. And that's what people in Canada even said too. When we knew when he moved back, he was up to no good, or he was running from more crime. And then again, he scams people up there too and then moves back here. But yeah, he's able to get away with it because he has a following of people that like him and would never foresee him doing that, whatever. And that's what was annoying about the whole thing too. It's like, dang it, you call him out and he could still get away with it. Uh, Basically telling people I'm crazy, I should be in a straitjacket. That's some of the things others are telling me. Of course, I couldn't see that on his posts because I was no longer his friend. He blocked me, or I think I eventually blocked him. But even if I didn't, he would have blocked me. It wouldn't have worked. But that's the nonsense he was speaking about me. And like I said, his family, a lot of them were in denial of it, which makes sense. Oh, my son would never do that, or my brother wouldn't do that, or. But now that he finally is arrested, they probably get the point. Hey, we weren't lying. And for this to be his first time he's getting arrested, which I don't know if he got arrested before, but like it's going to be 30 plus years in prison and fines of hundreds of thousands of dollars. He's got tax evasion. The SEC's coming after him. Arizona Commission Board or Corporation Committee, for, abusing the weak law. Uh, Money laundering, 44 counts of wire fraud, and that number is only going to go up. By the way, I talked to the special detective too, because I was reaching out to the news anchor. I went to the FBI report to send my stuff in. pictures and stuff. I gotta look at my disc though and get more pictures of the situation and my dealings with Jeremie, which I can dig those up. I just need a computer that can read a disc. Because a lot of the new laptops and stuff can't. It can only be read through, a hard drive. But basically, what was I talking about? Again, my mind can go all over the place too, by the way. I'm just really tired right now too. I gotta eat still. And then, try to go to bed early. Again, I'm stuffy from allergies. But, yeah, Jeremie was just a big nonsenser. Like, he would be a big BSer. He would believe his own lies. And, yeah, the whole ACN thing, too. We don't need to convince anyone to use our services. They're already using them. Which, even if you're right, that doesn't mean it's good to join. If you look at the math of it, it's like, 10 cents per person who signs up. Like, like their cell phone bill, whatever bill they pay on internet, cell phone, landline, video phone, like you're collecting 10 cents off that. So that's not where the real money's at. The real money is signing people for sales reps, and then you force them to connect all their stuff through ACN middlemen, where, yeah, they get paid more, but you get paid dinky amounts. In fact, you don't get paid any of it, I don't think. You had to build up your downline to get it. But multi-level marketings are all about signing up people, and he was good at doing that, convincing people, hey, sign up and just bring people to meetings. I'll do the sales pitch, or just bring them to meetings, or gather people up, and not just him, but other people involved. When he talked, though, it was like annoying. Like, he just went up there and just was speaking so confidently on everything, and none of it was even true. Very little was true. He would basically said he'd sign people up, put them underneath you, build up your downline. That never happened. Once in a while it did, but then, like, when you pointed him out on stuff, whatever, or like how he owes you money, or you bring up something negatively that's true, he would come up with, hey man, don't worry. He would butter you up. I got this guy, I'm going to go to a meeting. I'm going to put like 3 people under you. There's going to be about 3 people who are already interested, potentially more, because, they're going to bring their friends and family. Like, he would just say things like that and get your hopes high, and then doesn't even follow through. And, yeah, he did that with a lot of people. Like I said, he got many people to sign up, and all these people too. I haven't contacted all of them to ask, say, hey, are you still involved in this multi-level marketing thing? I'm pretty sure most of them aren't. In fact, 98 to 99% of people don't make money in those. So I heard. That's probably about right. But yeah, he created his own fake cryptocurrency, multi-level marketing. So other people were working for him, probably signing people up, whatever. But every time they join, all the money's being funneled up into Jeremie's account, and he uses that to spend. I mean, it's very just twisted and mean, and like, but his confidence got to him. He's done so many scams and was able to get away with it. He finally wanted to commit a big one, and it didn't work. I mean, even if he managed to go back to Canada, they would not allow for it. They would have arrested him. But I talked to the special agent over the phone who arrested him. Maybe there was multiple people. I'm sure they brought in 3 or 4 people and some strong guys too, if they needed, to tackle him, whatever. But yeah, she's like, I arrested Jeremie. It was in Scottsdale. So that's pretty crazy. That was cool that I talked to her, though. And basically, some of the stories she told were pretty interesting. Again, I'm going to talk about them in the next video, because I'm going to try to keep all these videos within 10 minutes or so. I think that's probably the best way to approach it. But again, I got to do a test video to see, because I know after a certain time frame, it won't let you record past, say, 20 minutes or 25. I think I can get away with 15, but I'll just keep them within 10 to simplify it. But basically, yeah, so I'll discuss them in the next video. I have to blow my nose too.